Whether it's to exercise more, eat better, drink less, it's that time of year, isn't it, where we all pledge to improve ourselves over the next 365 days.
Yeah, but does anyone really stick to their New Year's resolutions, or is it all just a complete waste of time?
Some of us do.
Yeah.
Can I just say, some of us stick to our New Year's resolutions?
Yes, learn to play the piano.
Yeah.
We've, I mean, it's a loose definition of. It was very good. You can find it on the social media page. She was excellent. She was excellent.
Well, listen, we're joined now by former Love Island star Montana Brown, who says setting goals is a good thing, even if you don't reach them, and fitness specialist Marvin Ambrosius, who thinks New Year's resolutions can be counterproductive. Are you crazy? Isn't it the perfect time? I thought you'd be saying, get out there, get fit, have a New Year's resolution to change your life.
No, there's nothing wrong with New Year's resolutions. The issue is it's based on hope and not behavioural change. You can't one day in 1 year not do anything in the gym at all and then set a goal to say, I'm going to start going to the gym 3 times a week. That is completely unrealistic.
How do people start otherwise?
What you do is you have to have an automatic change of your mindset, and it starts with your behaviours. So if you know that the next year you're going to want to start doing something, you have to start building it into your lifestyle gradually. Because if you set yourself up for failure and say, I'm going to go to the gym this many times a week, the moment you miss a week or a day, you automatically feel like that you've lost.
But people don't wake up in the middle of the year and just say, oh, I'm going to suddenly change my behaviours. I think it's a universal day that everyone kind of comes together and thinks, what did I do last year that I didn't like, and how am I going to improve on my life for this year? And it's kind of like a universal day where everyone comes together and just says, I want to be better this year.
So you're a fan of making New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's a really nice time for change, for reflection.
Although you said you don't always achieve them, so what kind of resolutions would you typically make?
So, for example, I haven't been to the gym all that much, like in the last 6 months. So one of my New Year's resolutions is I'd like to go to the gym more often. So that's kind of quite an open one. I'm not saying I want to go 5 times a day, like 5 times a week. I'm not saying I want to go twice a week. I'm just leaving it to say I want to go more often than I'm going at the minute.
So that's a more realistic one, isn't it?
That's good because it's not specific. Like if you then say and detail it to, I'm going to go this many times, I want to achieve this, this and this, then if you create the goals and put too many out there, you are setting up time for failure, because really, it's all about a day-to-day thing is in your goals and what you want to do. I always go by every day. Tomorrow's a new day. Yesterday happened, I'm fine with what happened yesterday. But if I'm working on myself to better myself for tomorrow, and I think that is the best way everybody should work through it, because ultimately, setting up these goals, which are major goals for a whole year, and then you look at that and you don't achieve it, it's just not a nice feeling. So I just think we
some people, some people online, Mark on Twitter, saying if you want to change something, just do it any time of the year. By saying you're doing it as a New Year's resolution, it just adds more pressure. I suppose it's this idea that why New Year's has to be that defining moment. It should be something that we should be encouraging you to be thinking like that throughout the year, really, rather than putting this immense pressure at this time. What is your New Year's resolution? I don't have one. You think about what you want to do throughout the whole year, don't you?
But a lot of people don't set goals throughout the year. I mean, I think in the fitness industry, you're kind of always working towards a specific goal, and that's very measurable, whereas for the average person, people don't set goals all the time. People are really, really busy, and it's not normal for them to set goals all the time. So this is kind of one day of the year where they think, this is my time to set a goal, and it's convenient for me, and everyone else is doing it as well.
And does that make a difference, though, if you're sort of saying publicly, because if you're pledging, right, I'm going to make this change, you say to people, this is my New Year's resolution, doesn't that make it a point where you can then think, right, I'm going to see this through because of that?
But then the rate of failure is so much higher for New Year's resolutions than anything, and it's even higher in men than it is in women. And I think it is all down to mindset and just actually preparation. Because if I say to myself next year, let's say if I've been drinking for a whole year and I've been an alcoholic, and I can't then tomorrow say, I'm going to stop. What you need to do is say, I'm going to drink less. Everything in moderation, food, is all about just changing small things to get to your ultimate goal. Because if you're trying to stop something completely or start something brand new, you have to start that as a small chain of period of time.
So make it realistic.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
have to. It's like you said, measurable and achievable. That's exactly what you need to do.
The NHS only today have put out really, strict warnings about what they call dangerous dieting and this thing called detoxes of, this idea that this quick fix of getting slim. I mean, surely that's something we should warn people about. Suddenly to go, all right, December, I've been overweight and I'm going to sort it all out with this just in a few days. That's unrealistic, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I don't think people should be setting their goals for fad diets, because I don't think that's sustainable, and I think they're really unhealthy. I think they don't have to be diet and drink related, and I think that's where the issues lies. People are like, I'm not going to drink this year, or I'm not going to smoke, I'm going to give up smoking, and that is a massive lifestyle change, whereas I think people should focus on achievable things that are maybe quite small, like I'm going to do more charity work, or I'm going to be more kind, I'm going to do, say, 3 nice things a day to random people, or things that
That's a nice
are quite
one.
small.
Are you doing that one, 3 nice things?
Absolutely.
So what, have you started already, or have you...
Not yet,
Tomorrow.
not yet, start tomorrow.
I mean, you can start now if you like.
I'll start now, yep.
Go on then.
I like your tie. I like your tie.
I like your tie. Brilliant. That's life-changing.
I know,
One off the bar.
Made your day now, haven't I?
Yeah, you really have. You really have. She likes my tie. Yeah.
But like you said, it's in remaining consistent in what you're doing, and the best thing to do, and I'd say to everybody, like you said, lifestyle, it is key. Now, if you're doing something that you're adding within your life that's making and bettering that, then you know for a fact you can do that. So, for instance, with diet and whatever you're doing with your food, the best thing I say to anybody to do is, what foods do you like that you know aren't good for you? It's not about completely cutting them out because you're going to crave those foods. How many times a week or how many times a month were you having them? Then you reduce the amount. And slowly but surely, as the months go by, you won't crave that food as much. It becomes a treat. And that treat then doesn't become something that affects your physical appearance or affects your aesthetic.
See, I just love sweets and I just want to eat sweets all the time. And like, I just wouldn't give that up as a New Year's resolution. I know they're unhealthy for me, but if I'm going to be unhealthy, then I'll just try and go to the gym more often to kind of counter.
There's a
that
balance.
would be an
There's a balance to
unrealistic
it.
one, though, for
Yeah,
you. If
exactly,
you're thinking,
yeah.
there's no way I'm going to be able to give up sweets.
Yeah, I just wouldn't. If I'm addicted to something, I mean, it's a bit far-fetched to say I'm addicted, but I would not give up sweets for New Year.
But you've got a trade-off, though. That's a good trade-off. It's like, OK, I'm going to have this, I'm going to indulge on this, but I'm going to go to the gym. Rather than saying, I'm going to indulge, but I don't know if I'm going to go to the gym.
So you're saying it's good to have resolutions?
Oh, it's good to have them.
Oh, hold on a second.
Hold on.
No. I don't see anything wrong with having... It's great to be aspirational. However, be realistic. You can't then just change something that you've not done for an entire year and say, tomorrow I'm going to start, I'm going to go for it, this is going to be it for me. It's like, well, have you prepared yourself? Like, what have you done to put that forward? Are you just putting it out there? Like, for instance, every single year, me and my friends, my wife, my family, we used to get envelopes, write our New Year's resolutions down, and every single year we give ourselves the envelope and look and see what we achieved. And what's really funny about it is most of us never achieved anything on this. And the reason why that was is we forgot what it was we wanted to achieve because your goals change on a daily basis. So you're faced with new challenges.
But then it's not the end of the world, I don't think, if you don't stick to it. That's the point. Like,
That's an interesting point, isn't
like,
it?
you can just make some resolutions and, you know...
It doesn't work.
Oh, I'm not going to eat dairy this year. Oh, oops, I had a bit of cheese in January. Like, you know, the world's not going to suck you up, so...
Right. We'll have to leave it there. Thanks very much.
Well, thank you both very much.
Good luck, both of you, with your New Year's resolutions.
Like your tie?
Yeah.
Consistency.
Can't say the same.
Got two more days today,
Two different ones.
Like your hair, then. It's like
Right, thank you, guys, and Happy New Year to you both.
Thank you.